Manchester United's crisis has reached a breaking point, and all eyes are on Rúben Amorim. The Portuguese manager, once hailed as a visionary, has now become the face of the club's worst league start in over 3 decades. After a crushing 3-0 defeat to Manchester City, supporters expected contrition, a tactical shift, or at the very least a glimmer of accountability. Instead, Amorim doubled down. His words were stark, almost defiant. "When I want to change my philosophy, I will. If not, you will have to change the man." In other words, he told the board to sack him if they couldn't stomach his stubbornness. It was a bold, perhaps reckless line in the sand. United spent over $200 million in the summer transfer window, and yet the investment has yielded humiliation, with Opta calculating an 11% chance of relegation compared to just a 7.3% chance of finishing in the top 5. For a club of Manchester United's stature, those numbers are catastrophic. Even the most loyal supporters are beginning to wonder if Amorim's inflexibility is dragging them further into chaos rather than guiding them out of it. At the heart of the criticism is Amorim's unwavering commitment to his 3-4-3 formation. On paper, it's meant to bring balance and structure. In practice, it has reduced Bruno Fernandes, arguably one of the best attacking midfielders in the Premier League, into a misplaced holding player. Fans have compared it to shoving Van Dijk into midfield, a tactical blunder that strips Fernandes of his creativity while exposing him physically. Meanwhile, the squad itself appears better suited to a 4-3-3, one that would dominate the midfield and maximize their attacking depth. Yet Amorim refuses to adapt, insisting the team is improving under the surface. Improving? That's not how it looks from the stands. Sir Jim Ratcliffe, the man with a major financial stake in the club's future, has been spotted watching grimly as Benjamin Šeško, the marquee summer signing, fades into irrelevance. To make matters worse, Rasmus Højlund, who the club allowed to leave, scored on his debut for Napoli. Every decision feels like it's backfiring, and Amorim's insistence on sticking to his philosophy has only deepened the frustration. The whispers about his successor are growing louder. Reports from Spain suggest that some members of United's hierarchy believe Xavi could be the man to restore the club's identity. Known for his possession-heavy style at Barcelona, Xavi is being touted as the kind of manager the club has been craving since the days of Ferguson, a leader who prioritizes fluid football, control, and structure. For his part, Xavi is rumored to be seeking an interesting project in the Premier League. What could be more interesting or more daunting than Manchester United in crisis? Meanwhile, Arsenal are circling a different storm altogether. Frenkie de Jong is once again the subject of transfer speculation, and this time, the Gunners are being tipped as frontrunners. Barcelona face a dilemma. His contract runs out next summer, which means they risk losing him for free if a new deal isn't struck. Arsenal see de Jong as the perfect fit for Arteta's system. Press-resistant, versatile, a player who can sit deep or surge forward, a calming influence in a young midfield. Yet the hurdles are significant. The Premier League's physicality, de Jong's steep wages of $315,000 a week, and competition from Saudi clubs who could outspend anyone, all cast doubt on whether the move could realistically happen. Still, the idea of de Jong controlling Arsenal's midfield is tantalizing. His 6 years at Barcelona have made him one of Europe's most consistent operators, and while he may not transform a team single-handedly, his presence could elevate the Gunners' entire structure. The next few months will determine whether Arsenal convince him to chase trophies in London or whether Barcelona tie him down with a lucrative new deal. Over in France, a different kind of inevitability is playing out. Zinedine Zidane is finally set to take over the French national team after Didier Deschamps departs following the next World Cup. For months, the whispers have been impossible to ignore. Zidane has been preparing quietly, studying players, refining tactics, and shaping his vision for Les Bleus. Even Kylian Mbappé has voiced his support, calling Zidane the one man in French football who commands universal respect. It's the kind of appointment that feels less like a gamble and more like destiny. With the squad France already possesses, Zidane's leadership could make them simply unstoppable on the international stage. And then there's Saudi Arabia's Al Nassr, once again trying to shake European football by targeting one of its brightest stars. Their latest move? A $130 million bid for Manchester City's Phil Foden. The number is astronomical, but for Pep Guardiola, the answer is simple: no sale. Foden is no ordinary player. He is an academy product, a symbol of City's modern era, and one of Guardiola's most trusted lieutenants. Even in a rocky season, Pep believes in his ability to regain form, and the club sees him as untouchable. From Foden's perspective, a move to Saudi Arabia isn't even appealing. At just 25, with years of top-level football ahead, he's unlikely to trade the Champions League spotlight for the riches of the Saudi Pro League. So while the offer is dramatic, it feels more like a headline grab than a genuine transfer saga. For City, the message is clear. No amount of money will tempt them to let go of their homegrown star. Elsewhere, Chelsea's aggressive pursuit of young talent continues. Their latest target was Juventus wonderkid Kenan Yildiz, but a $70 million bid was dismissed almost instantly. For Juventus, Yildiz is untouchable, seen as the future face of the club. His market value is climbing rapidly, and the old lady believes selling him now would be like tossing away a winning lottery ticket. Chelsea may return in January with a bigger offer, but prying him away will require a number closer to $100 million. Juventus are building around him, not cashing in. Across Europe, the stories converge on a single theme: ambition colliding with reality. Amorim clinging stubbornly to his philosophy while United sinks deeper into crisis. Arsenal dreaming of Frankie de Jong, yet staring down the harsh realities of money and competition. Zidane preparing to lead France into a new era. Al Nassr making noise but failing to lure Europe's brightest talents. Chelsea pushing for tomorrow's stars, only to hit the brick wall of clubs unwilling to sell their crown jewels. Football never stops spinning these tales, blending drama, ambition, money, and pride. And in the middle of it all, Manchester United's looming decision may be the most consequential. Stick with Amorim and his rigidity, or take a gamble on a new man, perhaps Xavi, to steer them out of the storm? What do you think? Should United cut ties with Amorim now, or give him more time to prove his philosophy can work in the Premier League? And would Xavi be the savior the club is searching for, or just another risk in a long line of failed experiments? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and if you're enjoying these deep dives into the transfer drama, make sure to like this video, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss the next big story.